Just a few months after the jaw-dropping discoveries about the pyramids in 2025, the world has been shaken once again by a groundbreaking find in Egypt. Recent radar imaging from just weeks ago has revealed something truly remarkable hidden even deeper beneath Giza, and it could completely change our understanding of pyramid history as we know it. Back in March 2025, researchers made an astonishing discovery beneath the Kafra Pyramid at Giza that caught the academic community off guard. Professor Curado Malanga and Filippo Biondi shared radar images showing winding staircases and massive vertical passages extending over 2,000 feet below the desert sands of Egypt. The construction seemed so deliberate and expertly crafted that it was hard to dismiss as a natural formation. Nevertheless, leading Egyptologists, including Dr. Zahi Hawas, quickly tried to downplay these findings, referring to them as just radar anomalies or misinterpretations. I want to clarify that the conspiracy theories circulating are completely wrong. We're not hiding anything, they insisted. But just weeks ago, an even more astonishing discovery came to light, an underground find so incredible that it's almost beyond belief. What has been uncovered beneath the pyramids could change everything we think we know about ancient Egypt. The latest radar scans have confirmed the existence of a vast subterranean network beneath Khafre, a complex labyrinth of symmetrical rooms, extensive passageways, and expertly designed spaces. The sophistication of these hidden structures raises some serious questions. Who built them? How could something so significant go unnoticed for so long? Did a civilization completely unknown to us create this subterranean world? Adding to the intrigue, another team of Japanese scientists found a puzzling structure near Giza's western cemetery. Using advanced ground-penetrating radar and electrical resistivity imaging, they discovered an unusual L-shaped formation that was intentionally buried just 2 meters below the surface. And that's just the start. Beneath it lies something even stranger. A large, perfectly square void located 5 to 10 meters underground. Could this be an ancient entrance or gateway to something even deeper and more mysterious? In this presentation, we'll dig into the heart of these new findings. We'll take a closer look at Malanga's groundbreaking discoveries under the Kafra Pyramid, the mysterious portal-like structures near Giza's burial ground, and the reasons why some authorities may be hesitant to acknowledge these new pyramid discoveries. History shows us a pattern. Earlier finds, like Göbekli Tepe and Karahan Tepe, were initially dismissed as outlandish or exaggerated but later recognized as game-changing discoveries. Is that pattern repeating under Giza's sands? Are those in power in Egyptology and government simply being cautious, or do they prefer these mysteries stay under wraps? What do they stand to lose by ignoring or downplaying discoveries that could change history as we know it? The truth hidden beneath Giza won't stay buried forever, and the evidence we're about to explore is just too compelling to ignore. Let's dive into how all of this began. The March 2025 revelation. Imagine standing on Egypt's famous Giza Plateau, with the blazing desert sun above you and the towering pyramids all around. Now, picture yourself as part of a research team digging deep beneath these ancient structures, unsure of what secrets lie beneath. Suddenly, the radar display lights up, showing something completely unexpected under the Kafra Pyramid. That's exactly what happened in March 2025, when Professor Curado Malanga and his team announced their findings from a detailed ground-penetrating radar survey at Giza. News of their discoveries quickly spread, with many media outlets highlighting 4 strange spiral formations that had been detected deep underground near the Kafra Pyramid. At first, these spiral shapes seemed puzzling, leaving everyone wondering where they came from and what they were meant for. Were they natural formations, or had they been intentionally built by humans? The radar images indicated that they delved deep into the ground, curling beneath the plateau. Their unique arrangement grabbed the researchers' attention and raised serious questions about whether these were just natural anomalies or evidence of ancient engineering. Alongside the spirals, the radar also hinted at possible water channels or underground tunnels. These water-related findings fueled theories about advanced ancient engineering, suggesting that people long ago might have designed systems to manage groundwater. Although these initial reports were just preliminary, they opened the door to fascinating possibilities about purposeful underground construction beneath Giza. The idea of hidden water systems captured researchers' imaginations, considering that the ancient Egyptians were well known for their sophisticated water management techniques during construction. Scholars started discussing whether, if confirmed, these underground passages could change our understanding of the pyramid's construction or their intended purpose. When the news broke, many prominent Egyptologists, notably Dr. Zahi Hawas, were quick to express skepticism. "That's not accurate," he said. "It's simply not true. Are you suggesting they're making this up? They're outright lying. But if they're using this technology to uncover things we know are there, why believe these scientists over the Italian team?" Because the scientists I work with are reputable, Hawas responded. The scanned pyramids project claims they can see kilometers into the ground with this equipment, but that's just not true. Are you sure? I am. Do you understand the technology? No, Dr. Hawas maintained that the spiral structures and possible water channels were probably just natural geological features. He suggested the radar data could be inflated and called for caution, urging for more research before jumping to conclusions about human-made structures beneath the pyramids. Many mainstream archaeologists backed Hawas's concerns, suggesting that the spiral patterns and radar readings might simply be natural rock formations or glitches in the radar equipment. They reminded everyone that past radar anomalies had often been explained as natural occurrences after further investigation. History shows that groundbreaking archaeological discoveries often face skepticism before they're accepted. Think about it. When Tutankhamun's tomb was found or when the Dead Sea Scrolls appeared, mainstream archaeology was initially hesitant. Similarly, the radar anomalies beneath Giza were met with immediate resistance from traditional archaeologists. Still, Malanga's team stood by their findings, having utilized high-resolution radar technology that clearly displayed spiral structures and underground cavities. They emphasized the need for deeper exploration rather than outright dismissal. The discoveries made in March only raised more questions. Were those mysterious spiral formations beneath Kafra built intentionally, or were they just odd natural features? Did the radar suggest ancient water tunnels, or was it something completely different? At that moment, researchers had no inkling that these initial findings were just the tip of the iceberg, with even more astonishing revelations on the horizon, larger, clearer, and simply impossible to overlook. The Unfathomable Underground Metropolis, July 2025. It was an incredibly hot day at the Giza Plateau when Professor Curado Malanga, Filippo Biondi, and their research team once again wowed the world. Their latest radar scans beneath the Kafra Pyramid uncovered something truly remarkable. A vast hidden complex featuring huge chambers, intricate tunnel systems, and carefully constructed spiral staircases that extend deep into the sands of Egypt. These stunning new findings, clearer and more detailed than ever before, sparked new debates and challenged our understanding of ancient Egypt. These scans didn't just provide fuzzy outlines or dubious signals, they showed a clearly defined underground structure that looked like an underground city. The radar images revealed massive vertical shafts going downwards, spacious chambers, perfectly aligned hallways, and staircases winding deep below the surface. What's even more mind-blowing is the depth. These structures go down an astonishing 2,100 feet, which is nearly double the height of the Eiffel Tower. The radar clearly illustrated a sense of symmetry and intentional design, indicating human construction. Some of these chambers were gigantic, around 80 meters across, about the size of an Olympic swimming pool or a large building. The interconnected tunnels, spiral staircases, and thoughtfully designed layouts reinforced the idea that these weren't natural formations but rather a carefully constructed underground complex. When Malanga's team shared their findings, it quickly grabbed the attention of media, archaeologists, and the public worldwide. Many researchers acknowledged that if these findings are verified, they could significantly change our understanding of ancient history. One particularly striking detail was the unmistakable evidence of spiral staircases leading further underground, suggesting advanced construction techniques that go beyond what most Egyptologists believe was possible for that time period. However, this exciting news didn't come without its controversies. Despite the compelling radar evidence, some mainstream Egyptologists, including Dr. Zahi Hawas and other established scholars, dismissed Malanga's findings from June 2025 as exaggerated or unproven. They argued that the radar images probably showed natural geological features or that the data might have been misinterpreted. Yet, the radar results were solid, thoroughly documented, and verified through several scans with different equipment to ensure accuracy. Malanga's team carried out their research transparently and scientifically, yet mainstream Egyptologists were quick to downplay these discoveries. This raises a key question. Why were these archaeologists so quick to doubt or reject such findings? In detailed statements reported by global media, Malanga made it clear just how significant his team's discoveries were, highlighting their careful methods and asserting that these underground structures simply could not be natural formations. As he stated, the data unmistakably shows large, human-made chambers and tunnels deep beneath the pyramids. This isn't geology, it's architecture. Who truly constructed the pyramids? Malanga's team pointed out that uncovering such a complex underground system beneath Giza could really change how we view history and ancient societies. If these structures are indeed man-made, as the evidence strongly suggests, it could mean there was a civilization far more advanced than what mainstream archaeology currently recognizes. Despite the solid scientific backing from the Italian team, many Egyptologists are still cautious and reluctant to dig deeper into these findings. Sure, caution is key in archaeology, but it raises some serious questions. Why are they so resistant to exploring these exciting discoveries? The stairs, chambers, and tunnels found beneath Giza already upend the traditional historical narratives. Whether or not mainstream Egyptology is ready to accept this, the evidence needs a good look and more investigation. Now, with the amazing discoveries from June 2025 below the Kafra Pyramid confirmed, we're left with an even tougher question that Egyptologists often sidestep. Did the ancient Egyptians really build the pyramids, or could these incredible structures have come from an older, forgotten civilization? One of the strangest things about the Great Pyramid and its surroundings is how little direct evidence there is regarding who actually built them. Oddly enough, there's no clear record within the pyramids themselves about who constructed them or how. Think about it. If you were to build something as monumental as a skyscraper or an entire city, wouldn't you make sure your name and methods were proudly displayed for all to see? Yet at Giza, it's nearly silent. No blueprints, no construction techniques, and not even the name of the pharaoh who supposedly commissioned them. The only thing linking the pyramids to any ruler, specifically Khufu, is a single piece of graffiti found ages later, way after the construction was done. It's almost as if someone put a tag on a building long after it was built, and archaeologists just accepted it.to put it in perspective. Imagine stumbling across a random signature in your attic that was written decades after your house was built. Would you automatically think that person constructed your entire home? This lack of solid evidence leads to a somewhat troubling yet intriguing question. Could the pyramids have been built by a much older, more advanced civilization that existed before ancient Egypt? This idea, often pushed aside by mainstream Egyptologists, has been looked into by independent researchers, but every time they try to dig deeper, they run into unexpected hurdles, not because of a lack of evidence, but due to restrictions set by Egyptian authorities. The Egyptian government has consistently blocked independent researchers and international teams from looking into theories that challenge the usual historical account. Getting permits for detailed investigations beneath the pyramids is a rare occasion, and alternative researchers often find their requests denied before they even get off the ground. This raises a worrying question. Why would authorities want to limit exploration that could help clarify the true origins of ancient Egypt? Given the strength and clarity of these new discoveries, you'd think the government would be all for encouraging more exploration. Yet it seems quite the opposite. Could it be that they already know what lies beneath, or are they simply anxious about what might come to light? These underground chambers might tie in with legendary stories like the Hall of Records, a mythical chamber talked about in ancient texts and modern tales, which is said to hold vital knowledge about Egypt's real history. Could the newly exposed structures beneath Giza actually be the Hall of Records or a trove of secrets about who constructed the pyramids and how? There are reasonable explanations for why the Egyptian government and mainstream Egyptologists might feel uneasy about these findings. Egypt's economy relies heavily on tourism fueled by established historical narratives and the splendor of its ancient heritage. Questioning the traditional tale that the Egyptians built the pyramids around 4,500 years ago could shake up tourism and national pride. Plus, if it were confirmed that some advanced civilization, predating Egypt, was behind the pyramids, it would rewrite textbooks and redefine Egypt's historical legacy, raising deep questions about the history of human civilization as a whole. Could investigating these chambers finally uncover who really built the pyramids and reshape the historical narrative as we know it? The portal anomalies, Japan's enigmatic find. In early 2025, another research group added to the growing body of evidence in Giza, bringing new insights and cutting-edge technology. This team from Japan, made up of respected scientists from Higashi Nippon International University and Tohoku University, dug into the western cemetery area of the Giza Plateau, and their findings added an exciting new layer of intrigue to Egypt's history. Using high-tech ground-penetrating radar and electrical resistivity imaging, which allows them to see what's beneath the surface, they stumbled upon something surprising just 2 meters down. A clear L-shaped structure, measuring about 10 meters by 10 meters. What was especially captivating about this discovery was that it had been intentionally buried under sand. This suggests that someone in ancient times wanted to hide it. It raises interesting questions. Could this be an old entrance, a sealed-off passage, or a doorway designed to protect something important? The real shock came when they looked deeper. Further scans revealed a larger anomaly 5 to 10 meters below the surface, also approximately 10 meters by 10 meters. This deeper structure exhibited strange features on the scans, hinting at an open cavity or chamber that might be filled with air or loosely packed materials instead of solid rock or dirt. The researchers carefully documented everything and published their results in a detailed report in the well-respected journal Archaeological Research in Asia. They clearly described their discovery, emphasizing that the unique shapes, deliberate burial, and precise positioning strongly indicated human construction rather than natural geological formations. This fascinating find naturally got everyone talking, researchers and the public alike. Could these hidden chambers be part of something bigger, like a concealed room, an underground temple, or a storeroom for precious items? And why would ancient builders go to such lengths to hide these structures beneath layers of sand? Interestingly, these discoveries resonate with local Egyptian myths and historical accounts about hidden chambers and tunnels in the Giza Plateau. Stories that were once brushed off as mere legend, such as the Hall of Records, suddenly seem to have credible scientific backing, reviving age-old tales that have been passed down for generations. Evidence of lost civilizations. Beyond conventional history. History, as we see it, often feels incomplete, like a book missing several pages, especially when we delve into the beginnings of human civilization. When remarkable finds, such as the underground structures beneath Giza, come to light, it raises the question of just how far back complex human societies actually go. Could these enigmatic structures beneath the sands of Egypt be tied to advanced civilizations that thrived long before our accepted timelines? Mainstream archaeology usually offers detailed and well-supported histories, but it has been wrong in the past, especially when confronted with discoveries that shake up our understanding of human history. A great example is Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey. Discovered in the 1990s by archaeologist Klaus Schmidt, Göbekli Tepe was initially shrugged off by the experts. But as more digging happened, Schmidt's findings changed the game for our grasp of humanity. This site consists of massive stone pillars and intricate carvings that date back about 12,000 years, around 10,000 BC, a period when most archaeologists believed humans were just simple hunter-gatherers without the capability for complex building. The find at Göbekli Tepe showed clear evidence that organized and advanced human communities existed much earlier than we thought. More recently, another site called Karahan Tepe, located close to Göbekli, has backed up Schmidt's findings, unveiling sophisticated stone structures, advanced sculptures, and signs of organized society from that same ancient time. Both sites have compelled archaeologists around the world to rethink early human civilization, challenging the outdated views that suggest humans were not very advanced during those times. These discoveries reveal a consistent trend. Mainstream archaeology often overlooks revolutionary findings that clash with established beliefs, only for irrefutable evidence to prompt a re-examination of accepted history. Göbekli and Karahan Tepe have now gained broad recognition as legitimate, pointing to the idea that the timeline of human civilization stretches back further than we've previously accepted. Could something similar be happening under the sands of Egypt? The recent radar discoveries beneath the Giza Plateau, hidden chambers, extensive tunnels, and anomalies that resemble portals, might be yet another instance calling for a historical re-evaluation. Additionally, ancient traditions from around the globe frequently speak of highly advanced civilizations that existed before recorded history, often thriving before massive global catastrophes like widespread floods. Societies in Mesopotamia, India, and indigenous cultures across the Americas tell remarkably similar tales about advanced civilizations that were wiped out by a great flood or catastrophe. While many scholars tend to see these stories as allegorical, growing archaeological evidence implies that they could hold some truth. Geological studies highlight significant climatic events and global flooding around 12,000 years ago during the Younger Dryas period, which drastically altered Earth's geography and may have affected human populations. This timing is intriguing as it aligns well with ancient flood myths and the period linked with sites like Göbekli Tepe. On top of that, research by noted geologist Dr. Robert Schoch on Egypt's Great Sphinx indicates noticeable water erosion patterns, suggesting the Sphinx could be much older than what mainstream Egyptologists generally claim. This evidence supports the idea of a lost civilization that existed before Egypt's known dynastic timeline. Also, the controversial inventory stela, an artifact found near the pyramids, explicitly states that the Sphinx and other monuments were ancient even before the accepted historical timeline of Egypt. Despite being dismissed by mainstream Egyptology, the stela adds weight to the suggestion that the monuments at Giza might have been created by a much older, forgotten civilization. When we put these historical hints together with the recent radar discoveries at Giza, it starts to look more and more plausible that a sophisticated civilization, possibly predating known Egyptian dynasties, constructed these hidden subterranean structures. This challenges the conventional narrative of mainstream archaeology, implying that our understanding of human history might be far broader and more intricate than we've thought. The consequences of this are monumental. If true, these findings could mean that ancient societies achieved feats in engineering, astronomy, mathematics, and architecture that we once thought were impossible so far back in time. These structures might have been intentionally hidden beneath Egypt's sands for reasons that remain mysterious, perhaps for preservation, protection, or secrecy. If it turns out that our history has missing chapters, these new discoveries at Giza might just help us start to fill in those gaps. What do you think? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments, and I'm excited to hear from you. Until next time, keep exploring.